What's going on, everybody? Danny Vega here, also known as Danny V, and welcome back to the Danny Vega Show. By popular demand, again, on my Facebook and on my Instagram. Holy smokes, you guys want a spoiler review. I'm so glad because you know me, I can't not spoil shit. The only reason why I did a spoiler-free one is because my girlfriend asked me to for her friends, so I mean, yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell button for all my future videos, and it really does help my channel a lot. So I just want to thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Let's jump right into it. So, man, Squid Game, I love this. The whole premise, you know, is on human behavior, like I said in my previous video, and if you haven't seen it, click right here. But dude, I did not expect this to happen. So when I first saw it with the red light, green light, I was like, okay. And the first time that dude got shot in the face, I was like, oh, what is happening? And then, so obviously everyone starts scattering like mice, and I'm like, stop running! I'm like yelling at the screen like, stop! So the thing I love about Squid Game is, obviously, if you're really into Asian culture, you definitely see like, oh yeah, it's another death game. However, I just love the story and the characters of this particular show because you get to see everyone's individual personality play out and how it either makes them survive or how they f them right in the ass. That's a big graphic. After the first game, you see how Song-woo was just all about himself. Even though he helped Ji-hun, after that, you're just like, this dude is selfish as f. The fact that Ji-hun tried to partner up with him and try to do that, and he's like, nah, and he just tries to get away, and every time Ji-hun is like, hyping him up like, this guy's amazing, like he feels more guilty and guilty as it goes on. I just love that you're just like, you're the real villain, you piece of, you're supposed to be his best friend. How could you? And then you see Ali. Man, I felt bad for that dude, man. Like the fact that he helped Ji-hun from not falling, and then on top of that, you see that his naivete gets the best of him. Basically, was just like, man, I owe everything to Sung-woo, and it him in the end. It really did. And again, you, Sung-woo. That dude is so deceitful. It pisses me off. I was like, ah! Poor Ali. I was like, no! His baby! His wife! Why? Yeah, Sung-woo's a dick. And what's so funny is you really thought that, I think I'm saying it right, Dexo, he was gonna be the villain because he's a thug and like the criminal and stuff like that. Teams up with the doctor, and then, you know, he's cheating his way through. He was an asshole. However, it's expected. And it's kind of one of those things is like, at least you expect it from this guy. You don't expect it from your best friend Sung-woo. But Dexo, when he got his, I was like, holy shit. And I love all the memes online that Mineo is just like a Cyberman that grabbed Yamcha, and she was like, oh, I'm not letting you go. And she's like, I told you I'd kill you. When she kills them both, I was like, did that really just happen? Holy shit, I really thought she was gonna just be like, toss him over like Suplex City, but nope. She German suplex. She's like, we're both going. Especially that game. Sung-woo again. I cannot stop talking about him. What a dick. All they needed to do was figure out a way that this dude that knew glass, figure out a way, like break a light bulb. I'm really thinking out of the box when I watched this game, by the way, and I have ADHD, so it's gonna be all over the place. It'll make sense in the end. Legit, I'm watching this whole entire show, and I'm thinking outside the box. I'm like, okay, is it illegal to break one of the light bulbs or take one of the light bulbs off the side and throw it at the other glass? Why not that? Or when they took off their shoes, I was like, why don't the people in the back just take their shoes, right? Like grab a bunch of them and just start throwing them at the glass. Is that illegal? The same thing like I felt about the game. The game has rules, right? But they say, oh, it needs to be fair. How the was that fair when they turned it off at the end? They turned off the lights so the dude couldn't see. They're like, oh, it was getting boring. It's like, well, let's make the stakes up. That's not making an even playing field. That was cheating. That pissed me off. I was like, you just went against your own rule. You just killed the doctor because he was cheating and like everything's based on equality. And you know, at first I thought, I was like, oh, this dude has high morals, this black mask guy. At the end, I was like, no. Go kill yourself because that is against your own rule. And speaking to the black mask dude, I called it from the beginning. Again, this is my fault for watching too many films and TV shows, the old cliches. I knew that was the cop's brother. I was like, I guarantee you that's his brother. And sure enough, it was. When they revealed, I bet you everybody else was like, but seriously, I wasn't. I was just like, I gotta say, couldn't call this one. But what I couldn't call, man, Ilnam being the head of the whole thing. That was a great twist. Usually I figure a lot of shows out. I know what's gonna happen, and I did it a lot in this show. I really did. Like, especially when the black mask dude hung up the phone, and then when the cop picked up the phone and then he put it the other way, I was like, oh, watch, this dude, that's how he's gonna get caught. Ilnam being the head of everything, I just couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. That was some sauce shit, because he's like, oh, I had to be a part of the game, you know, it's getting boring being like the richest dude in the world. Pretty much saying like betting on people was getting old, and that's why he wanted to join. And you saw his face throughout the entire series, and there's a lot of subtleties in this series that you miss. And I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos and I saw it, and we'll go over some, but I was like, how did I not catch that? But yeah, Ilnam being a part of the game, having the time of his life, and befriending Jihan. I was like, oh no. When it was just like from the card, when it was just like from your Ganbo, I think that's how you say it, right? Yeah, hopefully. My Korean's rusty. Dude, I was like, get the out of here. Definitely gave me the soft vibes of like when Jigsaw was in the game. I was like, dude, that is badass. His character was really dope. And all the heartstrings and feels when we thought he died. Oh my God, I was like, ah, I'm not crying. You're crying. Piggybacking off of that entire game with the marbles, me. That one also got me. I didn't know when they were like, oh, 2 players. I honestly thought it was gonna be pairs of 2s trying to like get each other. And when they had to face each other, I was like, oh no. And especially because Jihan picked Ilnam because he wanted to do the right thing. He's like, oh, we'll be stronger together. Nope. All the feels right here in or around this area. That game, like I said, when Sungwoo betrayed Ali, I was like, oh my God. When that other girl and Sebyok, when they, oh my God. When she's like, oops, I dropped it. And she's like, you have so much to live for. I have nothing. Oh God. That game. That entire episode. And the whole thing with Junho and his brother, he shot his brother in the shoulder, and then his brother returned the favor and shot him in the shoulder. So you know he's not dead. I wonder how they're gonna do it in season 2, honestly, because is he gonna team up with Jihan? They're gonna try to infiltrate it and take it down. Like, I don't know how well this is gonna play out, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It's kind of one of those things that this one was set up so well that to continue it from a different angle and not having them play the game again, I can see that differently. However, I can see more of season 2 almost like a Saw thing, like Jihoon and Junho getting caught, and what ends up happening is they have to play the game. Like, they cannot quit. They have to play to survive. That would be really cool. The subtleties I missed, dude. Everyone dies how they were introduced. Symbiote, she died from the knife, because remember, she pressed the knife on the dude's neck, and she died with a knife in the neck. Sungwoo wanted to kill himself in the beginning, and then he ends up killing himself at the end. Ali stole the money and ran away, and then Sungwoo stole his marbles and pretty much ran away. Deokso, right? Deokso. I can't say his name. You know I'm talking about, the thug guy. He died because he jumped off the bridge, and he died when I can't even say their names anymore. He died off the bridge. And then a lot on the internet is saying that Jihoon changed his hair color red because when you see picking the red and blue, everyone that picked blue for that game ended up becoming a player. So they're saying that red becomes either the guards or whatever. And so now, since he dyed his hair red, it's foreshadowing that he's gonna be a part of it. It was really good, man. This whole story was good. The subtleties were great. And then last but not least, to top it all off, man, Jihoon, what an amazing main character. Good Lord, man. The fact, and I said it a little bit in my last video. Again, if you haven't seen it, click up there. The fact that his character development was so fucking good. Like, everyone's character development was good, whether it turned to the dark side like Sungwoo or like Jihoon becoming better. And the fact that he comes in selfish, he's trying to make a quick buck, he's a loser, the whole 9, and you see, you're like, dude, this guy, what the hell? But then you see the pure-heartedness throughout the show, like always looking out for Ilnam, you know, always going ahead and taking care of the team, you know, just being very selfless. Even at the end, when he wins, he can just step on there and kill Sungwoo. He's like, no. He's like, you're my best friend, let's just go home. Dude, who does that? Like, legit. This is a matter of life and death, and he's still like, I don't want to do this. The fact that him and Ilnam bonded because of that, and when he goes, oh, do you still trust in humanity after everything you've been through? And he's like, yes. Talk about a light. And that's what I was talking about in my last video, is that this whole game really did show human nature. It showed what we would do to survive. We would turn on our best friends, our family. We would do anything to survive and not die. And it's the very few lights in this world that no matter what happens, survival or not, that they would still go ahead and be completely selfless. And I think the cherry on top of that is great to see how the character changed. And then when it did that year later, you see that he didn't touch the money. He didn't do anything, and he used it for good, gave it to Sangwoo's mom and everything else. That, I think, is the reason why Squid Game is really good. It's really good because of the main character development, everybody's character development. And there was no, hey, let's be politically correct. There was none of that. No ideology. It was just how sometimes in this world, there are very, very good people and very, very bad. And that's just the gist of it. Anyway, if you love this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell button for more future videos. Thanks again for voting on my Instagram and my Facebook. If you're not following me on social media, follow me on all my social media platforms listed below. I love you. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.